One of my mentors told me that how you do one thing is how you do everything. And if there's anybody in sports that we all know who has done that, it's Michael Jordan.
People love debating whether or not Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time. Whether or not you think he is, MJ is the definitive GOAT in at least one thing: making money. Michael Jordan is the richest athlete of all time, and it's really not even close. Jordan's current net worth is $1.6 billion. Coming in second is Tiger Woods, whose net worth is only half of that, at around $800 million. So, how did MJ separate himself from the rest and become so rich? With all the massive contracts floating around today, one may assume that it came from his storied playing career. Well, that's actually far from the case. Over his 15 seasons in the NBA, Jordan actually only earned around $94 million before taxes from his various contracts with the Chicago Bulls and Washington Wizards. That's crazy to think about, considering how Chandler Parsons signed a 4-year $94.5 million deal only a few years ago. Even though MJ was clearly the best player in the league for an extended stretch, Jordan didn't even earn the honor of the league's top salary until his 12th year, when the Bulls paid him $30.1 million. If his tremendous wealth didn't come from his NBA contracts, where exactly did all of Jordan's money come from? The first part of the answer is endorsements. Throughout his playing career and long after it came to a close, MJ has made a killing from endorsements. He has earned $1.7 billion before taxes off the court from endorsements. Jordan's first endorsement has been the most profitable one for him over the years, and it almost didn't even happen. After leaving the University of North Carolina, Jordan was drafted 3rd overall in the 1984 draft by the Chicago Bulls. As a top pick, MJ obviously had a plethora of brands wanting to sign him. Even though he played for a Nike school in college at UNC, Jordan had his eyes set on signing with Adidas. Jordan didn't even want to meet with Nike initially, but his mom made him take a visit to the Nike campus out in Oregon. Nike ended up offering him a deal that would pay him $500,000 annually for 5 years. Adidas determined Jordan wasn't worth that much, so he went with Nike. Let's just say it worked out pretty well for both MJ and Nike. Nike gave Jordan his own shoe, which was unheard of for a rookie at the time, and the rest was history. The Jordan brand, a subsidiary of Nike, has blown up since Jordan first came into the league. In the fiscal year ending in May of 2019, Jordan brand made $3.1 billion in wholesale revenue. Jordan's take in royalties from Nike in 2019 was $130 million. For perspective, that was 4 times as much as LeBron brought home in the same year. It wouldn't be a Jordan GOAT conversation without bringing up LeBron in some fashion. Jordan's endorsements didn't stop with Nike. After entering the league in 1984, Jordan signed his first endorsement outside of a traditional athletic brand. It was a deal with Chevrolet that paid him $200,000 as a rookie, a drop in the bucket that would eventually be his $1.6 billion net worth, but it was a start. From there, Jordan became a hot commodity, with a variety of companies trying to get him to serve as the face of their brand or product. In 1988, Jordan signed a deal with the food company General Mills. The deal was reportedly worth $2 million and led to Jordan gracing the famous Wheaties box 18 different times, a record number of appearances. Jordan stuck with the food industry, as his next endorsement deal came when he signed a $2 million contract to be the face of Ballpark Franks, which provided for some pretty comical commercials starring the basketball legend. The clothing brand Hanes signed Jordan to a $10 million deal in 1989. The relationship between the two still exists today, as they celebrated their 30th anniversary together in 2019 by placing Jordan trading cards in packages of underwear. Speaking of trading cards, that would be another area of the market Jordan stepped into through endorsements, as he signed a contract with Upper Deck in 1992. Between 2000 and 2012, the company gave MJ $14 million to be their spokesperson. In what led to one of the most famous commercials of all time, Jordan agreed to an endorsement with McDonald's in 1993. The commercial I'm referring to involved Jordan playing a version of Horse against Larry Bird, with the winner getting a Big Mac. While Jordan's endorsement deals have all ended with him making a pretty penny, not all of them have gone down without some drama. Early in his career, MJ signed a deal with Coca-Cola. When his original contract with the company expired, Jordan's management wanted Coke to sign him to a long-term extension, one in the 10-year range that the company was known for giving out to megastars, such as Elton John or Whitney Houston. Well, Coke didn't believe MJ was worth that type of deal, so a competitor was able to swoop in and sign him. That company was Quaker Oats. Quaker owned Gatorade and believed Jordan would be the perfect face to represent their up-and-coming sports drink. In 1991, they gave MJ $13.5 million over a 10-year deal to be their only endorser. Like the deal with Nike, this one ended up being a home run for both parties involved. Gatorade saw a tremendous rise in popularity, and the two parties combined for some great advertising, such as the famous Like Mike ads. The second part of the answer to where all of Jordan's wealth came from deals with his investments. What has become one of his best and most well-known investments is his ownership of the Charlotte Hornets. MJ first got involved with the team when he bought a minority stake in 2006, back when they were known as the Charlotte Bobcats. He upped his stake in the franchise even more when he took majority control of the team in 2010, through a deal valued at $175 million. While the team has struggled to be successful under Jordan's watch, that doesn't mean owning them hasn't been extremely profitable for MJ. As it turned out, Jordan could not have timed his deal in 2010 any better. In 2011, the NBA introduced a new collective bargaining agreement that cut players' share of revenue from 57 to 50%. Then in 2014, Microsoft CEO Steve Ballmer bought the Los Angeles Clippers for a record-shattering $2 billion, more than 3 times the previous NBA record price. Additionally, the NBA signed a new $24 billion deal with ESPN and TNT that tripled the value of the previous deal. As a result of all these occurrences, teams' values skyrocketed. Jordan decided to cash out some while the market was so hot. He sold 20% of his stake in the team at a $1.5 billion valuation to hedge fund managers. MJ's investment with the Hornets played a significant role in pushing him over the billionaire threshold in 2014. Jordan now owns roughly 70% of the team, and the Hornets are estimated by Forbes to be worth $1.5 billion. The Hornets are not the only sports team Jordan is partially an owner of. In 2017, he was part of the investor group that bought the Miami Marlins. However, Jordan only actually owns less than 1% of the team. Staying within the world of sports for more investments, Jordan participated in funding rounds for Sport Radar, which is a Switzerland-based sports data provider. Additionally, in 2018, he joined fellow NBA legend Magic Johnson as an investor in Axiomatic, which is the parent company of an esports team called Team Liquid. Team Liquid was valued at nearly $500 million at the end of 2019 by GQ. Jordan's investments do not only deal with sports, though. He owns a car dealership and is a partner in Cornerstone Restaurant Group, which runs 5 different Jordan-branded restaurants. MJ also participated in funding rounds for the headphone brand Music and Gigster, which is a San Francisco-based marketplace for freelance tech talent. One of Jordan's more interesting investments actually involves 3 NBA owners. MJ, Jeannie Buss of the Los Angeles Lakers, Wes Edens of the Milwaukee Bucks, and Wyc Grousbeck of the Boston Celtics collectively launched their own premium tequila brand. Their brand is called Cincoro, and their most expensive bottle retails for $1,600. It was only fitting the ever-competitive Jordan would attempt to take over the market of what is reportedly his favorite libation. Like his shots playing basketball, Jordan nailed numerous investments. Also, like his playing career, MJ is showing no signs of slowing down and succeeding. It's estimated that Jordan's earnings in 2019 were $145 million. The only difference between this and his playing career, though, is MJ never has to retire from making money. While it may not be common knowledge of how Jordan made his money, everybody knows how extremely competitive of a person he is. It should not surprise anyone that MJ treats his investments like he would a game. And just like a game, MJ is dominating the competition.
Having a winning mindset is everything in business, in sport, and in life. If you want to win in your game, keep pushing, keep practicing, keep getting better. That's the secret of Michael Jordan.